Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this webinar on immigration and opportunities for newcomers and international students. This series of webinar is a joint presentation by the Chamber of Commerce for Greater Moncton and Immigration Greater Moncton. Today's topic is employment and training services for newcomers and international students. My name is Sylvain Montoy. I'm the Director of Communication and Policy for the Greater Moncton Chamber. Et donc, je vous souhaite un beau bonjour ce matin. Bienvenue à tous à ce webinaire qui aborde des sujets reliés à l'immigration, présenté par la Chambre de commerce pour le Grand Moncton et Immigration Grand Moncton. Le sujet de ce matin touche les services d'emploi et de formation pour les nouveaux arrivants et les étudiants internationaux. Mon nom est Sylvain Montoy. Je suis le Directeur des communications et politiques de la Chambre de commerce pour le Grand Moncton. Before we start, we would like to acknowledge that the lands on which we gather are by law the unceded territories of the Maliseet and Mi'kmaq peoples. May we learn to live with respect on this land in peace and harmony with its people. Nous tenons d'abord à souligner que les terres sur lesquelles nous sommes rassemblés font partie du territoire traditionnel non cédé des Maliseet et des Mi'kmaq. Apprenons à vivre avec respect sur ce territoire en paix et en amitié avec son peuple. Today, we're pleased to have with us Charles Leblanc of Working NB, Travail NB, Amy David of the New Brunswick Multicultural Council, le Conseil multiculturel du Nouveau-Brunswick, et Mathias Maoussi du CAFI. Donc, bonjour à vous trois et surtout, merci d'être avec nous ce matin. Thank you for being with us this morning. After the presentation, we will have time left for a Q&A. Everyone's microphone have been muted for the webinar, but you can ask a question at any time during the presentation by using the chat function at the bottom. Les micros ont tous été fermés pour la présentation, mais vous pouvez utiliser la fonction chat au bas de votre Zoom pour poser vos questions. Donc, débutons dès maintenant. OK, let's jump right away into the presentation. Commençons la présentation dès maintenant avec Charles Leblanc de Travail NB. Charles, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. Merci pour l'invitation. Comme que de raison, ici au Nouveau-Brunswick, les services à Travail NB, à Working NB, c'est des services bilingues. Donc, je vais tenter de faire ma présentation dans les deux langues. La seule chose, c'est que, faute tenu du temps, il y a peut-être des parties que je vais faire entièrement dans une langue, mais les diapositives seront entièrement dans les deux langues. Here in New Brunswick, our services are bilingual services, and because of the time restraint on today's webinar, I am going to try to switch from English to French. However, there might be some parts that I will only do in one language. So you see my face at Working NB, but I want to mention that there are many faces, there are many professionals at Working NB. There are more than over 40 professionals in the southeast region of New Brunswick who are working with job seekers and with employers. Aujourd'hui, vous voyez mon visage. Je ne suis pas la seule personne au Travail NB. On est plus de 40 professionnels qui travaillent avec les chercheurs d'emploi et les employeurs. What is important to know? So what I really want the invitees today to know is that we are a team of professionals here to support you. I also want everyone to know that the programs and services that I will be mentioning today are available to New Brunswickers. That means that you have to be here in New Brunswick to have access to the programs and services which I'm going to speak of. Ce qui est important à noter, c'est qu'on est une équipe de professionnels prêts à vous accueillir et travailler avec vous. La seule chose, c'est qu'il faut être ici au Nouveau-Brunswick pour accéder les services et les programmes dont je vais vous parler. Comment accéder les services? Mais on a plusieurs options par téléphone, par courriel. Vous allez voir, je vais vous parler de live chat et je vais vous parler des services en ligne. La seule chose que je dois mentionner, c'est à cause du COVID-19, présentement, on ne rencontre pas les individus en personne. How do we access working NB services? We have many pathways, definitely by telephone. We have access to email, we have live chat, which I'm going to explain a little bit later, and we have online services. The only thing I do want to mention, because of COVID-19, at the present time, we are not meeting clients in person. Also, because of the time restraint, I am going to give you a general overview of working NB programs and services, but by all means, I will not have time to touch on every single program and services that we have. À cause du temps restreint aujourd'hui, il est impossible pour moi de faire le survol sur tous les programmes et tous les services qui sont offerts à Travail NB, mais je vais quand même essayer de faire un survol général. L'ordre du jour, je veux vous parler un petit peu c'est qui Travail NB, puis faire un survol général des programmes et services à Travail NB. Puis aussi, je veux discuter de la nouvelle plateforme de recherche d'emploi qui a été mise sur pied il n'y a pas longtemps. Today's agenda, I will be talking and explaining who is working in B. I will go over the programs and services available at Working in B. And I will also be touching on the New Brunswick new online job matching platform. Okay, so our mandate. So basically our mandate, there's 3 bullets. So the first bullet is really focused on the job seeker. So we are here to assist job seekers acquire the skills and the employment experience necessary to secure full-time employment. Our other mandate is the second bullet, which is the employer. The employer, after doing a needs assessment, we are here to help with recruitment and retention and finding the right talent, and if training is necessary, to explore that. And our last bullet is regarding the labor market. As you know, because of COVID-19, the labor market is changing a lot and quickly. So we here at Working NB, at Travail NB, we're here to always to create new opportunities, new programs, new services based on the revolving labor market, which is changing. So a few guiding principles that we have here at Working NB is that all our programs and services all start with an employment action plan. So that means that you need to reach out to Working NB, and from there, based on your needs, after exploring your education, your work experience, we develop a plan with you. And this plan, of course, there's always a goal, and then we look at exploring the necessary interventions. So each plan is tailored. Chaque plan d'action est fait sur mesure, basé sur vos besoins individuels. So here on the slide, we mentioned just 4 examples of different interventions that could be included in your action plan, but I'll go in much more detail at further slides. So one of the key things here at Working NB is employment counseling. So employment counseling, so many of you, because of COVID-19, may be saying that I was graduating, I'm a graduate from college, I'm a graduate from university, I had a plan, and all of a sudden COVID-19 is here, and it seems like my plan is changing, and I'm not sure anymore of my employment goal. So here at Working NB, we're here to help you with your career decisions that you need to make. So there's we have employment counselors, we have career consultants. If there's additional training or skills that are needed or upgrading. That's another component that we could assist you with. And of course, the third bullet, which is probably very popular and these days, is assistance with job search. And the last one, employment maintenance. I will definitely go in more details with each one of these. What I do want to say is put some focus and some importance on the relationship that a client and an employment counselor are able to establish. So the first step is the career decision making. So career decision making, so you might have the questions of, I'm not sure what I'm passionate about. I'm not sure what my mission in life is. I'm not sure what I'm good at. I'm not clear on what my skills are. Are they transferable? What skills are transferable? In today's world, in terms of the labor market, where are the jobs? Are there jobs in my sector? So all of those questions are factored in when someone is asked to do a career decision. So you might have the opportunity to do an inventory of your interests, your skills, your aptitudes. You're definitely going to have the opportunity to talk about the employers that are looking to are hiring at the present time, and you definitely would have the opportunity to develop an action plan with an employment counselor. So the next slide is skills enhancement. So if it's required that you need some additional training, whether it's you need your GED, whether you need to go to college, you need to go to university, what are the professional development opportunities in our region? Are there any summer courses available? What online training platforms are available? All of these would be explored underneath the skills enhancement initiative. And of course, as you'll see, the last bullet is funding options. So with many of these, depending on the plan and depending on the training program, there could be different funding options to assist you. La recherche d'emploi. Donc ici, les gens, c'est quelque chose qui est très populaire à Travail NB. Les gens souvent ont besoin d'aide avec les rédactions de CV, la préparation d'entrevues, connaître les stratégies de recherche d'emploi. C'est certain qu'avec le marché du travail qui change continuellement et à une vitesse très rapide, les gens à Travail NB peuvent sans doute vous aider. What I'd like to mention underneath job search is that traditionally the job search methods that have been used is the online job boards, newspaper advertisement, company sites, but more and more we're seeing social media taking an active role in job search. So platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. So many tell us, oh, I do have a profile on LinkedIn and I do have a Facebook account. But what many do not know, and this is one of the tips for today's session, is that how do we use those platforms to do networking, to do professional networking? So here at Working NB, of course, we do explore the traditional networking methods, but also what's becoming more and more popular underneath COVID-19 is the online networking. So definitely that is part of the services underneath the job search program. The other thing that I'd like to mention is that many immigrants, newcomers who come to Canada, they do have luck finding employment, but many mention that I am not finding a job or employment in the area of my expertise. So tip number 2 is one of the solutions here is that we would support you and encourage you in discovering what do you have to offer an employer. So in 3 minutes or less, you should be able to definitely answer that question and to have those selling points to get the employer's attention. And if you can't, well, that's definitely a starting point where we work on. But the other solution is that at working NB, à travail NB, on doit travailler avec les employeurs pour aider les employeurs à mieux comprendre ce que les nouveaux arrivants ont à offrir au marché du travail dans notre région. So the next one is that, of course, I've just listed a few programs that we have at Working NB. There are many more than these 5 bullets. However, these seem to be our most popular ones. So training and skills development, which we call TSD, formation et perfectionnement professionnel. The second one is our Mdi Connect Program. L'assurance emploi du Nouveau-Brunswick, connexion, le programme de connexion. Third one is our Community Adult Learning Program, our CALP program, programme communautaire d'apprentissage pour adultes. The fourth is our new alert program that just started last September, which is Adult Learning and Employment Readiness, Formation des adultes et préparation à l'emploi. And last and not least is our Workplace Essential Skills Program, Compétences essentielles en milieu de travail. So the TSD program, Training and Skills Development Program, so this is a program which includes access to funding. So if we are going, assisting you, if you're going to post-secondary training, so college, university, or another training program. So there is funding available. It definitely needs to be part of an employment action plan, and it also needs to lead to sustainable employment. So technically, there's much more, there's eligibility criteria, of course, but in general, we're able to help with tuition, to a maximum of $4,000, so 50% of the tuition. And we also look at helping with the cost of books, childcare, travel, daycare, etc. So the next program is the Mdi Connect program. So Mdi Connect is for the individuals who are, again, going to post-secondary training and would like to receive their EI, employment insurance benefits. So, of course, once again, there's eligibility criteria. And also I want to mention that the eligibility will be processed and determined, including the duration of the benefits by Service Canada. So it is in partnership with Service Canada, this program. So our Community Adult Learning Program. So underneath this program, so we have computer literacy training. So on a la formation avec les ordinateurs en informatique. Usually it's a course of approximately 30-hour course that is delivered throughout the southeast region of New Brunswick. The second one is the Ged Preparation Course, le cours de préparation au GED. So generally speaking, in the last year, we had more than 25 contracts, evening classes, daytime classes. We had classes more focused on newcomers. We had classes for youth adults. So we have different classes available in the Southeast region. And we also have the GED Online. So GED Online means that you're doing it from home, from the library, but it's also with support. You have the support of an instructor throughout your training. I am very happy to share that just last year, we had over 80 participants who graduated with their GED, who participated in this program. So the next slide. So the Adult Learning and Employment Readiness Program, which is a new initiative. So it's a 12-week program. It's continuous intake. So in that program, there's half time that is dedicated to the literacy enrichment. So definitely, if we need to improve our English language skills, and the other half time is dedicated to the workplace essential skills. During this 12-week, you will also have the opportunity to have training in digital literacy, so computer skills, and also cultural competencies. So workplace essential skills, les compétences essentielles au travail. Cette initiative comprend plusieurs initiatives. We are very, very pleased to say that throughout the year we have different initiatives that begin and that end, and we adapt these initiatives based on the labor market, so whatever we need in the region. We have initiatives that are for the unemployed, for those who are seeking employment, but we also have initiatives that are for people who are employed. So we have initiatives in partnership with employers. So in other words, to know what initiatives are available underneath the Workplace Essential Skills program, you definitely need to reach out and meet with an employment counselor. Support Services, les services de soutien. Là, je vais vous parler de la plateforme de recherche d'emploi qu'on a à Travail NB. Je vais vous parler du salon virtuel de l'emploi de Travail NB. Les centres d'information sur les carrières. On a quatre centres dans la région de Sud-Est. Je vais vous parler des services de support à l'emploi et à la formation. Je vais vous parler brièvement d'un nouveau service qui s'appelle Connexion au travail. Je vais aussi vous faire un rappel de notre programme pour les étudiants qu'on appelle CEED, développement de l'expérience de travail des étudiants, puis aussi la prestation pour travail indépendant. Comme vous voyez, il y a plusieurs choses à Travail NB. Donc, la première chose, donc, the first thing, the working NB job matching platform. So during COVID-19, it was really important for us to fill positions more quickly. So with this platform that's accessible, we have access to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so we can have the most accurate information on the labor market. It is an opportunity for job seekers to receive notifications of jobs by signing up, right, by doing a profile. So as you see there, the link Discover Job Match NB. So you can find that by going to our workingnb.ca website. Vous pouvez trouver l'information à la plateforme à notre site web qui est travailnb.ca. Puis, on va aller plus en détail, qu'est-ce que ça ressemble. So Working NB job matching platform, it's free. It's free for the job seekers, but it's also free for employers who want to do posting for an employment opportunity. It's also a great tool. However, I will mention that it does not replace the relationship that you could have with the employment counselor. It's just one tool among many tools to help you job seekers. On the Working NB job matching platform, you will have access to live chat. So now live chat is definitely a feature that's available. It's only there to kind of help you link with an employment counselor or to answer a quick question. Live chat is not an online counseling platform. We also have, on a des salons virtuels de l'emploi de travail NB. Donc, on offre en ligne l'opportunité de jaser avec des employeurs lorsqu'il y a une annonce pour avoir un salon virtuel. So it's the opportunity to communicate with employers when we have job fairs. There is not one advertised actively. However, I will show you when they become available how to access them. So also there is no cost for employers or for job seekers to access the job fairs. So this is what our Working NB website looks like. And I want to pay your attention to the green square or rectangular. It says Salon Virtuel de l'Emploi. And usually the next one that would happen, the dates would be there and you would just have to click there. So in English, virtual job fair, it's in the green square, and you would see the dates of the next job fair that's coming up. If you're looking to have a list of the employment opportunities that are available as of today, you would go to the next rectangular, which says COVID-19 Response Job Board. This is where you will find the list of job employment opportunities. Si vous cherchez le tableau des emplois qui est disponible présentement, c'est le tableau qui est juste à côté du salon virtuel qui s'appelle Tableau des emplois. The other thing that I want to mention on the screen, so if you are looking for the location of our offices, our contact information, you will find that on the top of the page where it says, find a regional office, trouver un bureau régional. So if you click there, it'll give you the list of all the offices available, not only in our region, but in the province. Now, if you are looking to have a communication with an employment counselor, one way of reaching out to Working NB, une façon de nous rejoindre à Travail NB, et c'est à partir de la partie du bas de notre site web. Ça met « Souhaitez-vous parler à un représentant de Travail NB ». Si vous remplissez chacune de ces cases-là et ensuite vous pesez le bouton là, que ça met Submit, là, qui est supposé d'être en français, vous allez voir qu'à l'intérieur d'un jour ouvrable, il y aura quelqu'un qui va communiquer avec vous autres, soit par votre adresse courriel ou par téléphone. So if you fill the bottom part, would you like to speak to a Working NB rep? Someone from Working NB, most likely an employment counselor, will be reaching out to you either by email or by telephone. The other feature that I want to mention that you do not see it on this screen because when we print it out at Working NB, it does not appear. But next to the English, where it says English or French, this is where you would find the little feature that would say live chat. So you can click on live chat and then you would be able to ask a question and someone would be actively answering your question. The other service that is available in the Southeast region is the Career Information Centers, les centres d'information carrière. Les centres d'information carrière, c'est ouvert au grand public. C'est pas une opportunité pour faire, il n'y a aucun counseling qui est fourni au CIC, mais c'est plutôt pour avoir accès à des outils et des ressources dans la région. So what kind of resources would you find at the CIC? So normally we would have access to computers, we would have access to internet, email, printers, photocopy machines, a library of resources. You would have resources on the labor market information, on job search, resume, interviews. But unfortunately, because of COVID-19, you cannot physically go to our CICs. However, to keep up to date what's available at Working NB in terms of job leads, of our new programs, of our new services, by linking or liking the Facebook page. The address is there on the presentation. You will be able to keep up to date with different les choses qui sont nouvelles à Travail NB. So TESS, TESS is Training and Employment Support Services. So this program or this service is for individuals, New Brunswickers who have a disability. So we are here to support you if you are looking at pursuing your training or employment opportunities. And connexion au travail, workplace connection. So what's important to mention for this service is that it is a service where we're trying to optimize connections between job seekers and employers. So I will say that and remind everyone that job seekers who are working with employment counselors we'll definitely have that discussion to see if this service is appropriate. And also, the workforce consultants who are working with employers with recruitment, retention, and training will also be accessing based on needs, information, and all the 40 professionals working underneath working NB in the Southeast region. We have a communication process, and we definitely are trying to optimize the connections between the job seekers and the employers. The last bullet point that I do want to mention that we get a lot of questions on is that if I am not a Canadian citizen or I'm not yet a permanent resident, can I access this service? And the eligibility criteria for this service is that you have to be legally entitled to work in Canada. So the answer is yes. Student employment experience for the summer. So it's a summer job for students. So high school graduates can access this program or this service, and also our post-secondary students. So if you're looking for more information about the SEED program, please visit nbjobs.ca. So the website is there on the PowerPoint presentation, or the telephone number where you can access if you have questions, or you can send an email to nbseed@gnb.ca. And we're getting almost done. So self-employment benefit. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're thinking of starting your own business, and you're looking for support, we definitely, in partnership with our Community Business Development Corporation, so CBDC, we do have services for you. So there are definitely business development seminars that are available, and there's also a possibility of being supported financially with during the initial development phase of your business idea. So in terms of partners, so we have many partners working together, and it's really important because we have an exceptional synergy here in the Southeast region. As you will see, we're working with the Multicultural Association, we're working with Magma, with CAFI, the city of Moncton, the Grand Moncton, and also with les communautés rurales du Sud-Est. So we definitely have a good working relationship with all the partners. And so communication, what I want to mention is that because of our partnership, there is no wrong door. So if someone would go to our partners and we're trying to access a certain program or a certain service, they would quickly refer you to Working NB if need be. And Working NB would also do the same. So the last slide, which is how to contact us, comment nous rejoindre. So these are our telephone numbers if you need to contact us by telephone. So the physical address are also there, but the only thing I do want to mention is that remind everyone, because of COVID-19, our services are only offered remotely at this time instead of our regular services, which are in person. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Charles, merci beaucoup. Thank you, Charles. We continue now with A.B. David from the NB Multicultural Association or Council. So A.B., the floor is yours.
So almost good afternoon, everyone. Very happy to be here today. Thank you for Leap Moncton and the Chambers for inviting us to join today for this webinar. And today I'm going to introduce you to the New Brunswick Multicultural Council and our members, and also focus on some of the young adults pre-employment training that we offer in partnership with Working NB and Service Canada. This is the Transition to Employment and Education program called Skills Launch. We just finished 3 years of the project, and we are launching the new cohort very soon. So happy to be here today and share more information. First of all, who we are at NBMC, we are a small team of people that work with 17 member organizations across the province. We are the Multicultural Council, that is the bilingual provincial umbrella organization for ethnocultural, multicultural, and immigration serving agencies across the province. And as you can see, I'm from Fredericton, but we work in other regions across the province, including the Greater Moncton area and the regions there. Our members and ourselves, we provide settlement and assistance services for the beginning. People that arrive in New Brunswick, they can get set up at home. We provide some guidance and services in terms of getting hooked up with all the services they need in a community where they come to live in. We also provide language training, and because communication is so important for the integration and for people to feel comfortable in the new region they come to live in, we provide through our members many formal and informal language training. And it is delivered both in French and English. We also focus on the newcomers, children and youth, because again, a family can come in and the parents need some support, how to support the children integrating into the school system or post-secondary education system. We offer support in terms of daycare, summer camps, and social activities, so the parents can continue to study and get the skills and the language that they need to be successful and hopefully transition into employment. We also have community engagement activities with all our members. We provide cross-cultural training, multicultural festivals and activities, and we have interpretation support. So if Charles was mentioning the 2 languages that the services are offered, if anyone is accessing any of the services at Working NB, we can support you with interpretation services and provide some guidance and interventions there. We also connect newcomers to volunteering opportunities, because we know that there is value in engaging and being active in your community, and also develop skills and language while you do this. And last but not least, our employment or pre-employment services help newcomers to prepare before they even access some of the services that are offered in each region. So getting ready to learn about employment in the region, some guidance and support around foreign qualification and credentials recognition, including some loan funds that we have established to support people financially, and many of the bridging and sector-specific skills training programs that are offered in the regions. and offers a variety of training sessions. For example, becoming a truck driver, childcare educator, and personal support worker, as well as trainings around services, hospitality, entrepreneurship, and more. So now, after you know a little bit about us and who we are, I would like to deep dive into the Immigrant Youth Pathways to Employment and Education, the program that is called Skills Launch. And we started with a need because we work with so many members and so many partners across the province. And we realized that there were approximately 550 or even more young adults between the ages of 18 and 30 who are unable to successfully complete high school diploma in Canada, or they are too old, aging out of the school system. So they arrive here missing many years of schooling and unable to integrate well in the school system here, and also not ready to move and transition to employment or post-secondary education. 54% or even more are female, and they may have some children at home already, and therefore they sometimes have some challenges. As you heard from Charles, some of the adult learning programs also offer some childcare support, because this is really essential to help you choose the program that you want to be part of. And also, looking at the need, we saw that the numbers are increasing due to the Atlantic Immigration Program and other programs that bring people here. Sometimes the spouse are at home, they have no service, and they can do a lot if they join one of the pre-employment programs. So where we saw the need, we partnered with some key partners, and the two funders are Service Canada through the Youth Employment and Skills Strategy Program, and of course, Working NB, providing employment services and interventions. We also partner with three of our main larger settlement centers in 3 regions. So Magma in Moncton, including their connections that they have with CAFE and the Shediac office in Rishibaktu, and also in St. John, Newcomers Centers, Newcomer Connections, working together as well, and the Multicultural Association of Fredericton, providing services to all the Fredericton region. The program objectives, and there's a lot of text here because, you know, in these virtual sessions, we have to make sure that you get all the information that's needed. But mainly, the program objective is to help youth and young adults who come to our province to develop the skills and language capacity that they need, and the knowledge that they need to be successfully transitioning to employment or education. And also, because they come here and they don't have a role model and they don't have the network that people who are born and raised here, and sometimes even in other provinces, but are Canadian born, they have the references and they have the network naturally, and they can you know, follow their family adults or parents who graduated from UNB, UDM, Dalhousie. They know where to go and they know exactly what their path is. But for young people who come here in the very beginning of their career path, we know that they have some questions, and we want to empower them to be successful and have the confidence to stay in the province. Skills Launch operates in the 3 big cities, in New Brunswick, Fredericton, St. John, and Moncton. And as you heard from Charles again, now due to COVID, it will open up some opportunities for us to provide access to the training for other regions as well, because of the virtual setting and the online learning method. The program tagline is Learn, Explore, Succeed. And that's because we believe in the experiential learning model, and that's a model that we implemented into the program. And as you can read what Benjamin Franklin said, if you get your hands on and do practical things through learning, that's where you learn, and that's where you observe and get the chance to try and test things, and that will help you to be successful. So the 10-month of the program includes 4 weeks of screening and assessment and assets, needs and assets. People are looking into where they want to go, what they want to do, what are the skills that they have to offer. They also go through some program orientation that includes self-awareness, career orientation, strength mapping, learning a lot about the labor market and Canadian workplace, and also the job search and workplace language. After that, we engage the participants in the colleges so that they can learn a little bit about the college experience here in New Brunswick. And they go through 3 weeks of sector orientation and explore what's available, what are the trends in the labor market and where to go, and also learn about some things that they need to develop before they're even able to access a college setting in New Brunswick. For example, language and other skills. After that, thanks to the partnership and funding with Working Mdi, we take them through 10 weeks of the WEST training, Work Essential Skills training, including digital and technology literacy, communication skills, presentation, reading, and many, many other opportunities to learn. That includes also a weekly volunteer placement that prepares the participants to later on move on to the workplace and be ready in terms of engagement in the workplace, working with others, and all the skills that they actually need to have. After that, there is 1 week of safety training that covers many of the training that employers later on see as value for newcomers that come into the workplace and have their safety training, such as the first aid and CPR, workplace safety, fire safety, food safety, and more. And after that, when our participants are ready to go, they are placed with employers in an individual intervention. And this is also back to what Charles mentioned. This is based on the action plan that we defined for them for the very beginning. And they are going through the work experience that includes also evaluation and coaching and follow-up. And in the end, people are invited to celebrate a graduation event, which is very important for many people that it's their first time to actually celebrate graduating from school here in Canada. And we make a big deal out of this, and we celebrate it big time. And Mayor Don is always happy to come and speak and meet the participants and engage with them at the graduation. And after that, they still have 12 weeks follow-up. We refer them to Working Mdi if there is any need for any of the funding that Charles mentioned, and we continue to support them. A little bit of the stats of what we've seen so far with the past 3 years of the project. So we have 81 participants over 3 years in 6 cohorts that were able to overcome barriers to employment, develop the broad range of skills and knowledge to fully participate in the current or the future labor force. Some of them went back to school or opened their own business, but they are planning on how to be successful here in New Brunswick. We have 25 countries represented, so it's a very diverse group of young people that come here, and we all became one big family. It's really a very fulfilling and very great program. Some of the results also show that hope was restored because people didn't really know where to go. They didn't really know what to do here. What are the assets that they bring to the province, and they weren't empowered to stay here. And some of them were still, taking the survival jobs, working for McDonald's or Tim Hortons just to make some money for the family. They lost hope to ever go back to school or ever go back to open their own business. And through the program, we saw that more than 89% are working or returning to school. Over 50% working on their GED and really are empowered to go back to school and have their GED completed. Many of them started college and apprenticeship. I will show you a quick video very soon about 2 guys that were offered apprentice through Canadian Tire in Moncton. And we also have 9% already established businesses in their regions, in St. John, Fredericton, and Moncton. We can also share a lot about the positive social impact because we have seen new babies and marriages, people celebrating citizenship ceremonies. We have home buyers, people that acquired their driver's license, and so many more. And financially, in terms of stability, people improve their financial situation dramatically. They have better paying jobs, they have meaningful career pathways, they have more working hours, and that was very important even now during COVID. People were considered essential skills, and they are valued by their employers. And some of them already have their own responsibilities in business for shift, for a program team, or as educators, they have their own group in a daycare or school, and that's really something that they are empowered to do. Even here in Moncton, there is 1 participant that graduated from cohort 2 who is leading the Employment My Way program at the YWCA. So that's really a good sign that people were able to find their path here in New Brunswick. Okay, let's give it a try now to the video and hope you can see it. And this is an employer talking about the experience here in Moncton.
My name is Jamal Siraj. I'm from Eritrea.
My name is Idris Belamin. I come from Sudan.
Jamal and Idris bring skilled labor skill to help us meet our customers' demand, and they bring a shared cultural background and help educate some of our staff and our team members to what are the different customs and habits going on in different countries.
When I came in Canada, I told myself, how can I go to get a job and how can I like to develop myself as a person? But when I meet a Skill Lunch, then they did much to me, so I'm very happy for them.
Skills Lunch has done for me a lot, like English through Skills Lunch, and I got the opportunity to work in a place I want to work.
So it's important for us to be part of a Skill Launch program. For us, it's an investment in the workforce, and it also, the program gives us support to help new Canadians come in, integrate the community and the workforce.
After Skills Lunch, Canadian Tire offered me an apprenticeship, and I registered. Now they hired me full-time at Canadian Tire.
After Skill Lunch, I was hired at Canadian Tire.
The support we got from the Skill Launch program was awesome. We received some administrative support, financial support, and educational and tutorial support for the new workers in our group. So overall, it was just great.
I would recommend the Skills Lunch to other people, because when you come first from your country and you don't know, like your English is not really good and you cannot find any place to work, Skills Lunch will provide you like the basic thing you need.
Okay, so if you ask yourself, why do we believe in this program so well? First of all, this program, unlike some other programs that are offered through other jurisdictions, gives the participants the time to explore, the time to engage in their community, to volunteer, and to develop the capacity and the language that they need to overcome isolation and some of the barriers. We also believe strongly in the federal and provincial partnership and the support that we receive through this program. The program offers living expenses that provide financial stabilities and also some childcare support that encourage women participating in this program and doing amazing things. And also the case conference model that works very well. We have a dedicated site coordinator that goes along the way with the participants, support their families, and connect them with a working NB officer and make sure that they have everything they need, including the employer. And we have seen community partnerships. We really appreciate the policy impact and influence that we were able to make on some of the programs in Eastern College, NBCC, CCNB, with the school district, and mainly with working in B and their programs, for example, the GED and others. We also provide employer support, and we're really happy with this engagement with the employer to help them to become culturally aware, to better develop their inclusive workplace, communication styles. We provide them the incentives. You heard the employer speaking in the video. He's really helpful, and he's really appreciative for the support they received. And of course, for clients, navigating the bureaucracy, navigating systems here, and building this network of support and confidence that they can actually find their future here and stay in New Brunswick. So if you're already convinced, and you can think about yourself or somebody else that you know, a family member, someone from school, someone from your neighborhood or community, if you're between the ages of 18 and 30, you can see in the picture here, the poster that Shoppers in St. John posted. Shaza is there. She was never thinking about going to work. She had 3 little kids at home. She never thought that she's going to pursue her education with pharmacy, and here she is. So don't ever say no. If you are eligible to work in Canada, if you're a permanent resident, citizen, or a refugee background, please reach out to us. And if you, I think the Zoom is going to quit soon. Do you still see my screen?
We don't see your screen, no.
Okay, I got this message from Zoom that I guess the meeting is almost over, but I'm done with my slides. It's okay. You'll have the recorded session later. It's the last slide, just including my information in case you want to reach out to us at NBMC, and let us know if you know anyone who could benefit from this program. And again, thank you so much for listening, and onwards to Kafi.
Thank you, Abby. Merci, Abby. Place maintenant à Mathias Maoussi, oui, du CAFI. Donc, c'est à ton tour, Mathias. Le micro est à toi.
OK, bonjour tout le monde. Je suis Mathias Maoussi, je travaille au CAFI et je suis en charge du programme PRI, Programme de rétention des étudiants internationaux. Alors, je vais vous présenter le programme PRI, Programme de rétention des étudiants internationaux. On va commencer par une vidéo.
Ici, on parle anglais pour te préparer à un monde de l'entreprise bilingue.
Ici, on te met en contact avec des entreprises et des familles locales pour étoffer ton carnet d'adresses.
Ici, on te forme aux compétences essentielles à adopter pour t'intégrer sur le marché du travail.
Ici, on t'aide à tenter ta chance.
À la dernière session à l'université, je me suis inscrite au PRI. Pour moi, ça a été très décisif dans ma recherche d'emploi parce que le PRI m'a aidé à chercher du travail dans le domaine que je voulais, m'a aidé à préciser ma recherche de travail afin de trouver exactement qu'est-ce que je voulais.
Tu es diplômé ou étudiant international francophone? Tu as fait des études au Canada Atlantique?
Notre programme s'adresse à toi.
On peut venir étudier au Canada, faire 4-5 ans sans pour autant savoir vraiment c'est quoi le milieu de travail au Canada. Le PRI il sera là pour vous préparer à ça. Je pense que c'est juste une continuité un petit peu du 4 ans ou du 5 ans qu'on a fait à l'université qui nous permet tout simplement de bien boucler la boucle.
Durant 12 à 15 semaines, profite d'un programme intensif et personnalisé pour optimiser tes chances de réussite.
Moi, je vous dis, allez-y tous et puis prenez avantage sur le PRI. C'est un programme qui, si vous voulez le faire vous-même, ça vous coûterait énormément d'argent. C'est là, c'est gratuit et c'est pour vous. Faites-le définitivement. Je le conseille à tout le monde.
Alors, le PRI a été lancé en 2017 comme projet pilote pour répondre aux besoins en ressources humaines des centres de services à la clientèle du Grand Moncton. Mais depuis le PRI cible une variété de secteurs économiques et s'est imposé dans la durée comme l'un des rares programmes de formation linguistique et de préparation professionnelle offerts aux étudiants internationaux francophones. Le PRI est un programme de rétention des étudiants internationaux financé par la province du Nouveau-Brunswick. Les objectifs du programme permettent aux étudiants internationaux de développer les compétences linguistiques et d'améliorer leur niveau d'anglais, d'améliorer la communication et les compétences essentielles dans le milieu du travail canadien, de développer le réseau de contacts nécessaires pour trouver un emploi. Pour être admissible au pays, l'étudiant doit être diplômé ou être étudiant finissant d'un établissement postsecondaire francophone dans le Grand Montane. Aussi, l'étudiant doit passer donc des évaluations pour déterminer son niveau d'anglais, conformément au nom du niveau 5 des compétences linguistiques et aussi évaluer donc ces compétences essentielles au travail. La durée du programme, normalement le programme dure entre 13 et 15 semaines, 8 heures de formation par semaine. Actuellement, en période de COVID-19, le programme se donne en visioconférence et en ligne pour une durée de 4h30 par semaine, toujours une durée de 13 à 15 semaines. Les composants du prix, c'est une formation linguistique, des cours de langue en anglais, groupe de conversation, travaux pratiques en ligne sur la plateforme Moodle, ateliers sur la culture en milieu de travail, préparation à l'exercice d'entrevue, formation des compétences essentielles au travail, des CET, l'orientation et la formation professionnelle, préparation et élaboration d'outils en pré-emploi, travaux pratiques, services d'accompagnement individuel en recherche d'emploi, préparation à l'exercice d'entrevue, les ateliers sur LinkedIn, les normes d'emploi et les droits de la personne, les activités d'information et de réseautage, salon de l'emploi, les invitations à participer à des webinaires comme aujourd'hui, les mises en relation avec des entreprises et les gestionnaires. À la fin du programme, des certificats sont délivrés. CAFI délivre un certificat de participation au prix, plus une attestation de réussite sur la progression linguistique. Travail NB délivre à chaque candidat qui a gradué un certificat de participation au programme des compétences essentielles au travail. Magma délivre un certificat de participation au cours de langue. Les partenaires du prix, pour piloter et améliorer l'efficacité du prix, les partenaires prennent activement part à la promotion du programme, aux rencontres des différents comités. Les partenaires sont la province du Nouveau-Brunswick qui finance donc le programme, le Centre d'accueil et d'accompagnement francophone des immigrants du sud-est du Nouveau-Brunswick, qui coordonne la gestion du prix, Travail NB qui délivre la formation des compétences essentielles au travail et contribue aux évaluations de sélection des candidats. L'association d'anglais. D'autres partenaires comme l'Université de Moncton fait la promotion du prix auprès des étudiants internationaux, offre les locaux sécurisés et l'accès à la connexion Internet pour dispenser et suivre la formation. Le collège communautaire CCNB fait la promotion du prix auprès des étudiants internationaux. La ville de Moncton, la ville de Dieppe, le partenaire local en matière d'immigration, le prix du Grand Moncton, soutiennent le prix, informent et invitent régulièrement les étudiants internationaux au salon de l'emploi et aux événements de réseautage. L'opportunité Nouveau-Brunswick participe à la connexion des étudiants internationaux avec les employeurs. D'autres partenaires qui ne sont pas membres du prix interviennent pour soutenir le programme prix, pour donner des conseils aux étudiants, des activités de réseautage, des visites d'entreprise et des rencontres entre les étudiants et les employeurs, comme la Banque nationale du Canada, comme RBC, comme TD Bank, comme DICO Opérateur, Delta Beau Séjour, Kodak NB, Redé NB, Chambre de commerce du Grand Moncton ou Royal Lepage. Les composants du prix, c'est une formation donc linguistique d'une durée donc de 1h30 à 3h, comme on l'a vu tantôt, selon les circonstances. D'habitude, ça dure 3 heures les mardis, 3 heures le jeudi et 3 heures de compétences essentielles le mercredi. Mais en période de COVID-19, ça a été réduit à 1h30 en ligne, en visioconférence, pour délivrer les mêmes contenus. Et les mêmes activités de réseautage sont délivrées, mais en visioconférence et en ligne. Quelques statistiques du prix. En 3 ans, le prix a servi 110 clients de la cohorte 1 à la cohorte 9, et sur les 110 clients, 72 ont terminé, ce qui représente 65% de gradués depuis le début. Actuellement, c'est la cohorte 10 avec 16 participants qui participent à la formation pré. Sur les 110 participants, on a 72 étudiants qui viennent de l'Université de Moncton et 37 étudiants qui viennent du collège communautaire CCNB et un étudiant qui vient d'une école privée. Les résultats des cohortes, depuis le début, le nombre de participants ayant obtenu ou ont obtenu la résidence permanente, 24 participants, ce qui représente 20%. Et le nombre de participants ayant obtenu ou en attente de permis de travail, on a eu 57 participants, ce qui représente 46%. Et le nombre de participants ayant trouvé un travail, et ici dans le Grand Moncton, c'est 42 participants, ce qui représente 34%. Quelques images pour vous montrer à quoi ressemble notre pays, donc en classe ou en ligne. Travail en sous-groupe pour se préparer à l'exercice d'entrevue. Les activités de réseautage lorsque les employeurs visitent les étudiants en classe, comme par exemple le directeur de la Banque nationale ou la gestionnaire aux ressources humaines des tables au séjour. Les visites de nos élus, la mairesse Donne Arnold et la députée Ginette Petitpas-Taylor, qui rendent régulièrement visite aux participants du prix. Les ateliers de présentation faits par la Chambre de commerce ou par Atlantic Human Services en classe. Les activités de réseautage speed networking avec des partenaires. Les visites d'entreprise. Les activités de réseautage, Hub City Young Professionals, avec des partenaires. D'autres activités de réseautage, ici avec la mairesse Don Arnold. Et la graduation. Et voilà. Si donc des candidats sont parmi donc, les auditeurs d'aujourd'hui, vous en connaissez qui sont intéressés pour participer donc au prix. Voici donc les coordonnées. On peut me contacter par le courriel ou par téléphone ou par la page Facebook ou par la page LinkedIn ou se déplacer venir au café. Mais actuellement, avec les mesures de Covid-19, on ne peut pas recevoir les gens sauf sur rendez-vous et en appliquant bien sûr les gestes barrières. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.
Thank you, Mathias. Merci beaucoup, Mathias. Unfortunately, we've been a bit longer than what we expected in terms of the presentation. So, on a été un petit peu plus long que qu'est-ce qu'on s'attendait. On n'aura malheureusement pas le temps donc, pour une période de questions. Par contre, à partir de l'enregistrement du webinaire d'aujourd'hui, on va donc rendre disponibles les courriels des 3 panélistes. Et comme ça, vous pourrez donc envoyer vos questions directement à nos panélistes. So we won't be able to have a Q&A period at the end of the webinar because we've been a bit longer than what we were expecting. So we'll include the emails of the panelists in the presentation that will be available online. And also you can reach out basically through their website as well to ask your questions. So I would like to thank Charles, Heibi and Mathias for their presentation today. Merci beaucoup d'avoir participé donc à notre webinaire d'aujourd'hui. Et donc, je suis sûr, si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez bien sûr entrer en contact directement avec nos 3 panélistes. Donc, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact them directly through their website and emails. J'aimerais donc vous rappeler aussi, donc, ça a été enregistré aujourd'hui, ce webinaire, et on pourra donc ajouter le bout de présentation également, donc de vidéo de Mathias, et également, donc, il y aura également tous les contacts des participants qui seront disponibles également. So, just a reminder that today's webinar has been recorded and will be available on our website, but also on the Immigration Greater Moncton website, so immigrationgreatermoncton.ca. Merci encore d'avoir participé aujourd'hui. Stay safe, take care of yourselves. Bonne journée.